Every single World War II movie you've watched has lied to you about tanks. Not little lies, massive, explosive, physics-defying lies that would have gotten real tank crews killed in seconds. Hollywood has been recycling the same tank myths for 80 years, and millions of people think this is how armored warfare actually worked. Let's destroy these myths once and for all. Myth number 1. Tank battles were high-speed duels. Remember Fury? Those Sherman tanks racing across fields at 40 miles per hour? Firing on the move? Pure fantasy. Here's what actually happened when tanks fired while moving. They missed. Every single time. A Sherman moving at just 10 miles per hour had less than 1% chance of hitting a stationary target at 500 meters. The Germans discovered that firing on the move wasted so much ammunition that they officially banned it, except in emergencies. Real tank battles happened at walking speed or completely stationary. Tank commanders would rather expose themselves to enemy fire than waste precious shells. One veteran described it perfectly. We moved, we stopped, we aimed, we fired. Hollywood makes it look like NASCAR with cannons. It was more like chess with death. The gyro stabilizer Hollywood loves showing. It helped keep the gun roughly pointed while moving. That's it. It didn't turn tanks into mobile snipers. Myth number 2. One shot, one explosion. In every war movie, tanks explode like gasoline bombs the instant they're hit. Massive fireball, turret flying off. Instant death. The truth? Most penetrating hits didn't cause any explosion at all. American studies found that only 15% of knocked-out Shermans actually burned. The vast majority of destroyed tanks were penetrated, the crew was killed or wounded by shrapnel, and the tank simply stopped. No fireball, no drama, just a hole in the armor and death inside. Even the infamous Ronson Sherman nickname, Light's first time, every time, was partially myth. Shermans burned when carrying high-explosive ammunition that cooked off, not from fuel fires. By 1944, wet ammo storage reduced fires to under 10%. But try showing that in a movie. The tank has been penetrated. Nothing happens externally. Cut to interior where crew is dead. Doesn't sell tickets. Myth number 3. Tanks could shoot through buildings. Watch any Hollywood tank battle, and you'll see shells punching through 3 buildings to hit enemy tanks hiding behind them. Except tank guns didn't work like that at all. When a Sherman's 75mm shell hit a brick building, it detonated on impact. The explosion might blow a hole in the wall, but the shell didn't continue through like a bullet. German 88mm rounds were the same. Tank crews learned quickly that one brick wall could stop any tank round. Real urban combat involved tanks firing high-explosive shells to collapse buildings onto enemy positions, not shooting through them like they were made of paper. One panzer commander wrote, "The Americans thought we could shoot through their cover. We let them think that. In reality, we were going around." Myth number 4. Tank crews could see everything. Hollywood tank commanders stand heroically in open hatches, surveying the battlefield with perfect visibility. Inside, gunners track targets smoothly through crystal-clear optics. Reality check. Tank crews were basically blind. A buttoned-up Sherman driver had a vision slit 4 inches wide. The gunner's periscope showed an area the size of a dinner plate at 100 meters. The commander, spinning his cupola frantically, could miss an entire enemy platoon 200 meters away if they didn't move. German tests showed that buttoned-up crews missed 60% of visible targets simply because they couldn't see them. Why did tank commanders expose themselves so often despite sniper fire? Because the alternative was fighting blind. One commander explained, "Inside, we could see about as much as looking through a toilet paper tube. Outside meant snipers. We chose snipers. Myth number 5. Ramming was a viable tactic. The dramatic ram attack, one tank smashing into another, happens in every Third War movie. In actual combat, it happened exactly never. Okay, maybe 3 documented times in the entire war, all by accident or desperation. Why? Physics. A 30-ton Sherman ramming a 45-ton Panther at 20 miles per hour would destroy both tanks' drive systems. Tracks would snap, transmissions would shatter, and both crews would be concussed or worse. The Sherman would be immobilized directly in front of an enemy gun. Congratulations, you've committed the most expensive suicide possible. Soviet tank training specifically forbade ramming except as an absolute last resort when already dying. The few recorded ramming attempts ended with both tanks disabled and crews machine gunning each other at point-blank range. The truth is less cinematic. Real tank warfare was slow, terrifying, and methodical. Crews fought blind, fired stationary, and died quietly. Most battles were decided by who saw whom first, not by spectacular duels. But that doesn't sell movie tickets. So Hollywood keeps lying, and these myths become history for millions. The real story of tank combat, the mathematics of survival, the chess game of positioning, the psychology of fighting in steel coffins, that's far more interesting than Hollywood's version. It just doesn't explode as well on screen.